Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now, 7-star Sceptile has just come out, and this one's actually really difficult. Let me just get my notes up. So it has Leaf Turn, turn 0. It has Thunder Punch, so let's say you use Zoom Rail, that's going to do a load of damage. It has Dragon Dance Spam, so it's going to be on +6 attack and speed, pretty much all raid. It has Earthquake when the shield goes down. It also has Breaking Swipe, so it'll constantly lower your attack. And then just in case you want to use Iron Defense, it also has Leaf Blade, which can crit through Iron Defense, so this Pokemon is an absolute menace. But after many failures, like we was testing out different Pokemon, I finally found a Pokemon that can do it every single time. And it's going to be a bit of a long process compared to other 7-star raids, but it's going to be able to do it with about 25-30% of the time remaining. Usually we'd have about 40-50% of the time remaining. So it's going to take a little bit longer. If you want to farm it, then just keep that in mind. If you're doing it solo anyway. Well, let me just show you. So I tested out 2 Hisuian Goodras because that Pokemon did the best against it. I tested one with the Stellar type Terra and one with the Dragon. I wanted to do the Stellar first, just because I didn't know whether the Dragon type Terra one would be able to survive a full fight, but it can comfortably. So we scrapped the Stellar one because it just does less damage anyway. And we went with the Dragon type Terra. The held item Shell Bell to restore health the more damage we deal. It's very needed here. You can get it from the Levincia Delibero shop. Max EVs in special attack and defense. The modest nature, max IVs and everything except attack. And the ability Shell Armor. This stops a Pokemon from being able to crit us. So like no matter what, they won't be able to crit us anyway. So that's good. We have Dragon Pulse, 85 power, 100 accuracy, main damaging move. Acid Spray, lower special defense. Shelter, increase our defense by 2 stages. That's very important because it's going to be on +6 all raid. And then Dragon Breath, just in case we want to use Dragon Breath. There was an extra slot there, so I just put Dragon Breath there. It's an extra dragon move. It can also paralyze. Say we aren't terrored and his shield goes up, we can use Dragon Breath instead of Dragon Pulse and hopefully get a paralyze. And it's just past midnight, so the raid has moved. I'll be back when we find the new raid. Now, I definitely thought Fairy type would be the way to go here, or maybe some Ice types, but I can't believe a Dragon type of all things is going to be the way to go here. So there you go, 7-star Dragon type Sceptile. Let's just get straight into it. Now, what I would recommend doing, if this is your first time actually doing this raid, then I would reset until you get an Intimidate user, because when they go down, like as you can see there, we didn't get an Intimidate user. I'm just going to keep resetting until we do get one. It'll make things a lot easier because Intimidate lowers the attack of the Sceptile every time it gets taken down, and it will get taken down a lot. And Sceptile, because it's not on 6 attack, it will use Dragon Dance again, and that just gives you a free move basically, and that will happen every time it gets taken down. It does help a lot, and it shouldn't really be too long until you do get like an Intimidate user. Okay, looks like we did get an Intimidate user this time. We actually got 2, which is amazing. I'd say best case scenario, you get an Arboliver, an Intimidate user, and a Drifloon, because then it can burn, one can Intimidate, and one can just heal at the end of every turn. But most raids, you probably will get at least one of the above, like either an Intimidate or an Arboliver. So, turn 1 and 2, what we're going to do is we are going to use Acid Spray to just lower its special defense. It's probably just going to spam Break and Swipe all raid, unless it actually like needs to use Dragon Dance, and it'll probably use Dragon Dance. It can use Dragon Dance like up to 4 times every single turn, so it is a bit annoying because of the AI. It's very unlikely, but it can happen. So it's paralyzed, that's great. Umbreon, you know, doing God's work out here. So we're going to use another Acid Spray to get it on -4. And then what we're going to do is we are going to use a Dragon Pulse. This will bring it to a certain health where it will nullify us, and that's when we can start using Shelter, so we go on max defense. But if it doesn't nullify you after your Dragon Pulse, just wait a few seconds and it will do, and then we can start using Shelter. So he's going to use another Breaking Swipe here, see how much damage it does. So it's doing about 60 damage, it's not too bad. It will lower our attack every single time, but that doesn't matter, we are a special attacker. So let's see, is he going to nullify it straight away, or will we have to wait a few seconds? As you can see there, he nullifies straight away. There has been a few occasions where I've had to wait a few seconds because I just went through it really quick. We're not going to Terastallize until we get our +6 on Shelter and +6 on the Acid Spray. So let's see, his speed won't go any higher. So there's our first Shelter, putting us on +2 defense. Okay, that's great. So we want to get to +6 defense after this, so 3 Shelters after the Nullify. He steals Terror Charge, that's fine. So he uses Dragon Dance again. His attack won't go any higher, and his speed won't go any higher. Don't know why he used it then, but oh well. So there we go. Use that Shelter. Defense went up sharply. We're on +4. When you go to +4 defense, if his shield isn't up yet, use Dragon Pulse. If it is up, use another Shelter, because then he will remove negative effects from himself if like you able to hit him again. So hit him again. You'll get health back as well. There we go, back on full health, and we are on +4 defense. Now his shield will go up if it's not already up, and more than likely he will remove negative effects at this point. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, he's not doing it just yet, so we're going to use Shelter. But after his shield goes up, make sure you're on max actual defense, because then he can't get crits. He can't do a lot of damage to you. Not even with Break and Swipe, even when it's super effective after you do Terastallize, but you don't want to Terastallize until he actually removes negative effects and you get him on -6. As you can see right now, he's still on -4. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to use Dragon Breath or Dragon Pulse until he actually removes. There we go, there's Break and Swipe. The reason we don't want to actually do it until he removes is because we will need to use 3 Acid Sprays anyway, and it doesn't help us if he's doing super effective damage instead of normal damage. Okay, so now he removes negative effects. The reason I used Dragon Breath instead of Dragon Pulse there for the possible Paralyze for 1 turn, and he wasn't able to do anything. But now that he's removed negative effects, what we're going to do is we're just going to spam Acid Spray until he's on -6 defense. And he's using Dragon Dance because of the Intimidate users on our team that come back and lowering his attack. So there, he's on -2 special defense, doing great so far. And now we're gonna Acid Spray again. As you can see, we're barely taking any damage. It's great. I didn't think this Pokemon would be like amazing, but I looked at it and I was like, maybe that could work, because the first 6 Pokemon that I tried just failed miserably. I wasn't even able to take down the shield with any of them because he just did too much damage. I did try out Calyrex, but the possibility of a crit was just too risky. And when he crits you on +6 with Calyrex, you go from full health all the way down to like 50, 60 kind of health. It's ridiculous because his Leaf Blade is very dangerous. So there's our 3rd Acid Spray, and that will lower his special defense. This is probably better than my other runs, honestly. Let's see if we can do it in my best time. So now we're going to Terastallize and use Dragon Pulse. You will if he's on -6, he removes and then goes on -6. You will always, as long as you've got this exact build, you'll always heal more than he does damage with Break and Swipe, even though it's super effective and he gets the stab from Terra. So I'll show you how much damage he does to how much we actually heal when he actually uses Break and Swipe. Looks like because of the Pokemon on our team just constantly going down, he's kind of stuck in a Dragon Pulse though. Dragon Pulse, Dragon Dance. That's why it's so important having an Intimidate user if you're trying to get it for the first time. You might as well just not risk it, and it'll be a lot easier if you do have one. Okay, so he's using Break and Swipe. Now let's see how much damage he does. So he uses it. As you can see, we go back to 217 health, so it's done 84 damage there. And now we're going to use a Dragon Pulse. There we go. It does a decent amount to the shield. He won't nullify or remove for the rest of the raid. Okay, there we go. Back to full health. Guaranteed every single time. So there we go. Another Break and Swipe. He's going to get us to like around 217 again. 221. Does exactly 80 this time. And now he's probably going to use Dragon Dance here because our Pokemon just came back. Oh, he's not. He's just going to use Break and Swipe again. Okay, there's another Break and Swipe. And now we're going to use Dragon Pulse. He attacked twice in a row there, still no big deal. We heal like quite a bit. So there's another Dragon Pulse. 1 more will break the shield, 2 more will end the raid. So we're on 155, back to full health from 2 Break and Swipes, as you can see. He uses that move there. I think that was Earthquake, because he got quite low. It usually happens when the shield breaks, but because we used 2 Dragon Pulses at the start instead of just 1, and then his shield going up, and he used it before it actually broke. So this Dragon Pulse, will this take it out? Might have took it out. So we didn't need 2 more because we got a crit. Amazing. Of course we didn't need the crit, as you can see. It's still pretty easy. He can't get crits, we can. Amazing. So the shield breaks. He's going to use Break and Swipe and then probably go down. But as you can see, there's about 30-40% of the time remaining there, instead of like what would usually be a bit more. Oh, one of the AI finished it off. Looks like he had a tiny bit left. It was 2 hands. I don't even know what move that could have been. But the raid ends. Yeah, I guess I'll catch it. So red and blue Pokeball. That means we catch it in Premier Ball, because we catch everything in a Premier Ball. But here we go. So yeah, it's going to be pretty easy for Hisuian Guja, as long as you follow the steps. So what the steps are going to be, it's going to be 2 Acid Sprays, a Dragon Pulse. When he nullifies, you shelter 3 times. If after 2 shelters, he doesn't put his shield up, use another Dragon Pulse. And then if that happens, he will be closer to removing. And then after he removes, you use 3 Acid Sprays and then spam Dragon Pulse until you win. And this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of XP if you want to keep doing this. You're going to get some Dragon Shards, Ability Patch, Rare Candy, Carbos, BPM, get loads of stuff. So in the comments, I am going to put all the details about his moves, and then I will put the actual strategy, what you'll need to do on average every single time to win with Hisuian Guja. I will pin it, so look out for that if you ever need to actually come back for it as well, and you just want to like or you want to copy and paste it somewhere so you can do it over and over again. Completely up to you. But I hope you have enjoyed this one. Smash the like button if you found this helpful. This was a very difficult one. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any more guides and builds and all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one.